The degree of tension during the Ukrainian conflict is only getting higher every day. Continuous Western arms and equipment supplies to Ukrainian military, dangerous rhetoric and aggressive statements towards Russia only add fuel to the fire. American and European officials demonstrate they are not interested in a peaceful and diplomatic solution of the conflict. However, they do not take into account the most important thing. Each loud statement or call to deliver new weapons to Ukraine has its price. The price is human lives. By arming Ukraine, the United States, Great Britain, France, Germany, and other major powers are acting irresponsibly towards the future of whole human civilization. While making loud statements about their commitment to peaceful resolution of the conflict, Western countries are simultaneously competing in the supply of new types of equipment and weapons to Kiev, as a result of which peaceful residents of Donetsk and other cities endure many sufferings. It's nothing but an attempt to put out the fire with gasoline. The result of thoughtless and irresponsible actions by Western politicians may soon escalate into nuclear holocaust, which will leave no hope for happiness and well-being for hundreds of millions of our heirs. The destructive power of nuclear weapons is unparalleled, and the catastrophic casualties, destruction, and damage to the planet are unimaginable. To avoid tragedy, decisive steps and measures must be taken now. The dangerous line of a fatal military confrontation can be crossed in the coming weeks. Urgent de-escalation of the conflict in Ukraine is needed by halting arms supplies and moving towards peaceful conflict resolution. The NATO military bloc must not only formally distance itself from the armed confrontation in Ukraine, but also has to stop fueling, inciting, and sponsoring the development of a dangerous scenario. It's now time to substantially end any consideration of intentional military actions that could lead to a direct confrontation between the Western nuclear states and Russia. Throughout the entire conflict, Russia has repeatedly made initiatives for peaceful conflict resolution, but as an answer either received new military provocations and silence or systematic rejection by the West and Ukraine of Moscow's diplomatic proposals. Russia is forced to fight for its future through armed means, as the militarization of the Western countries against it poses an existential threat to our future being. The Ukrainian leadership continues to propagate over Russophobia, demonstrates a lack of willingness and inability to negotiate. Any conflicts are determined in the field of diplomacy, at the negotiating table. This current confrontation can be ended today. We should just listen to common sense. Peace negotiations must be conducted immediately. Only through collective efforts by Russia, Ukraine, and the West, we can bring the world out of the monstrous deadlock in which we have all found ourselves. The United States can quickly bring an end to this war. It's necessary to determine the sphere of influence of the United States and Russia in Europe and make Ukraine a neutral and independent state, as was done with Austria during the Cold War in 1955. Only in this way is the world able to put an end to the ongoing bloodshed, prevent nuclear fire, and provide long-term guarantees of security for our future generations. Thank you.